welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to learn how to make this pretty crop top. For making this top, I'm using 100% cotton yarn and a 3mm hook. We are going to make these two identical panels like these, and we're going to join them together to make the crop top. For that, we'll first need to measure the width of the crop top and make a rectangle of that width. Then we are going to make the sleeves of the crop top, and we are going to leave a slit right over there for the neck, and we are going to crochet this crop top all over from the bottom to the neckline of the crop top. So I usually prefer my crop tops to be a bit loose, but if you prefer them to be a bit tight, you can adjust the width of your crop top according to your liking. So to begin with, we are first going to make a slip knot. If you don't know how to make a slip knot, or if you don't know how to make these basic stitches, I have separate videos for the same. I'll be linking them in the description box below. So when we are done making our slip knot, we are then going to start chaining, and we are going to make a chain in the multiples of 6 plus 1. So in my case, it is going to be 108 chains and plus 1. So in total, it will be 109 chains in my case. So I'm just going to continue making these chains, and I'll see you once I'm done. So here we have made a chain of 109 chains. And now we are going to leave that first chain, and in the second chain we are going to make a single crochet. So this is our first single crochet, and now we are going to leave 2 chains, and in the third chain from our first stitch we are going to make a double crochet. So we'll yarn over, insert a hook in the third chain, yarn over, pull through. We'll be left with 3 loops on a hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops. Now in that same stitch, in that same chain, we are going to make 4 more double crochets. So we will have a total of 5 double crochets in that third chain, and that is going to form our first shell stitch. Fourth, and this is our last double crochet in that same chain. This is our shell, and now we are going to leave 2 chains, the next 2 chains, and in the third chain we are going to make a single crochet. So we're going to make a single crochet in the third chain, and this is how we complete our first shell stitch. It should somewhat look like this. Now we are going to make a second shell stitch. For that we are again going to leave 2 chains, and in the third chain we are going to make 5 double crochets. So this is our first double crochet. We're going to make a second double crochet, and now a third one, and this is the fourth one, and a fifth one now. Now we are again going to leave 2 chains, and in the third chain we are going to make 1 single crochet. So this top basically is a combination of double crochets and single crochets. That's it. So it's a very beginner friendly top. Again, we are going to leave 2 chains, and in the third chain we are going to make 5 double crochets. Now this is how we have to complete our row. So our the whole row is basically 5 double crochets, and then leave 2 stitches, leave 2 chains, a single crochet, then again leave 2 chains, and then we're going to make 5 double crochets in the third chain. Again we're going to leave 2 chains and make a single crochet in the third chain. So basically our entire row is going to look like that. So I'll just continue making my row and I'll see you once I'm done. So here we are at the end of our row, and we have made all the shell stitches, and we have a total of 18 such shells. And now I'm going to chain 2. This chain 2 is going to be counted as a first double crochet. And in that same stitch over there, in the same single crochet over there, we are going to make 2 more double crochets. So this is our second double crochet, and this is going to be our third double crochet. Now these 3 double crochets is going to be counted as our half shell. Now we're going to leave those 2 double crochets, and in the third double crochet we are going to make a single crochet. So on the top of that shell stitch we are going to make a single crochet, and now again we're going to leave those 2 double crochets, and in that single crochet we are going to make 5 double crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is our 5th double crochet. Now this is again going to make 1 shell. Now again we're going to leave 2 such double crochets, and in the third double crochet, that is the top on the top of our shell stitch, we are going to make a single crochet. Now again in that single crochet we are going to make 5 double crochets. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So our row 2 is basically going to be the same. So in every single crochet we are going to make 1 shell, and on top of every shell stitch we are going to make 1 single crochet. So I'm just going to continue making our second row, and I'll see you at the end of this row. So here we are at the end of our second row, and in that last single crochet we are going to make 3 double crochets again. So that is going to be our half shell stitch. So this is our first double crochet. We're going to make a second double crochet in it, and now the third one. So this is going to end our row 2, and now moving on to our row 3. This is how our second row should look like. Now moving on to our row 3, we are now going to make a chain, and we are going to turn around our work, and in the very first stitch over there we are going to make a single crochet. So we are basically going to repeat our row 1, and now in that single crochet we are going to make a shell stitch, so which is obviously 5 double crochets. So this is our first double crochet. We're going to make our second double crochet, this is our third double crochet, the fourth one, and one more time. And as we did in our second row, we are going to make a single crochet on the top of our shell stitch, so in the third double crochet. Again in that single crochet we are going to make a shell stitch, which is 5 double crochets, and on the top of the shell stitch we are going to make a single crochet. Now I'm just going to continue doing this, and I'll see you at the end of this row. Now here we are at the end of our row 3, and we are going to make 5 double crochets in that single crochet over there. So we are going to make our last shell stitch, and after this row we are going to change the color. So I'll just show you how to do that. First let's make 5 double crochets here. So this is the 4th double crochet, and this is the 5th one. And now we are going to make a single crochet in that very last stitch. For that we're going to yarn over, pull through and stop. So now we're going to take another color and we're going to pull through both the loops like this. Now this is going to ensure a very seamless join. Now as usual we are going to chain 2 again, and that chain 2 is going to be counted as our first double crochet, and we are going to make 2 more double crochets in that very same stitch. Now this is our half shell stitch, and now we're going to make a single crochet on top of that shell stitch. So leaving the 2 double crochets, in the third double crochet we are going to make a single crochet stitch. So you can see how beautifully the color has changed. Now we're going to cut the yarn, leaving a tail. We are going to cut the red color yarn, and we are going to continue doing our 4th row. Now in the single crochet stitch we are again going to make 5 double crochets, which is going to be our shell stitch. So this is our first double crochet, second double crochet, this is our third one, and we're going to make 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. And now we are going to make a single crochet on top of that shell stitch again. So again we are going to make 3 more rows with this purple color. Here we have made 3 rows of purple color, and also I have made 3 rows of beige color. So this is how I'm going to make the top. Now again I'm going to repeat the red, purple and beige. Now I'm going to make a rectangle using these 3 colors. So this is the part that we want to make with these 3 colors. Now here we have made the rectangle, you can see, with the 3 colors. Now we'll be making these sleeves after making our rectangle. For that, now we'll be changing our color. So we have done our row with beige, and now we'll be taking the red color and we'll be pulling through with that new color for the color change. And now we'll start chaining. So as we've done earlier, we are going to chain in the multiples of 6. So in my case, I'm going to chain 42. Here we have chained 42, and we are going to do this exact same thing on the other side as well. Here on the other side as well, we have chained 42 plus 1. So we have made a total of 43 chains on the other side. And now we are going to start making the shell stitches. For that, in the very first chain, we'll leave the first chain, and in the next chain we are going to make a single crochet. So we are basically going to repeat our very first row that we made for making this top. And now we are going to leave 2 chains, and in the third chain we are going to make 5 double crochets. So that is going to be our first shell. So this is our first double crochet. And this is our second double crochet. We're going to make the third one. Fourth. And the fifth one. So this is our first shell stitch, and now we are going to leave 2 chains again, and in the third chain we are going to make 1 single crochet. So this is how we are going to continue making our rows. Obviously we are going to do this red color for 2 more rows, and then we'll shift to the purple color, and that we're going to do 3 more purple colors, then we'll shift to beige. Now this way we are going to keep crocheting till we reach where we want to make the neck. We want to start making the neck. Now we are at the point where we have made the 7 shell stitches, and we are going to join that to the rectangle that we have made. So in the very first stitch of our rectangle, we are going to make the single crochet. That will complete our 7 shell stitches of the sleeves. Here we are going to make a single crochet. And now again in that single crochet in between we are going to make a shell stitch. For that we are going to make 5 double crochets. So this is how we are going to make the sleeves of our crop top. And this is the exact same thing that we are going to make to the other side as well. So even there we are going to do the same thing and make 7 such shell stitches. Now we have made a shell stitch. Now at the top of our shell stitch we are going to make a single crochet. Now I'm just going to continue making these shell stitches, and I'll see you once I'm done. I'm going to make 3 rows of this, and then I'll be changing the color. Now this is how it is going to look like. We are going to keep making these long rows till we reach the point where we want to start making our neck. Now here we have made 2 more rows, and this is the point where we want to start making our neck. And for that we are going to keep crocheting the same rows, but we are going to leave a certain space where we'll make our neck. Now we can see that we have made 12 shell stitches with the beige color, so the initial half shell and 12 more shell stitches with the beige color, and we're going to stop after making these 12 stitches. And we're going to leave some space for the neck, and on the other side as well we are going to make 12 such shell stitches. Now here we are going to chain 2, and we're going to turn around our work, and in that same stitch we'll be making 2 more double crochets. So we'll be making a half shell stitch over there. This is our first double crochet, and we're going to make 1 more double crochet in that same stitch to make a half shell. And now on the top of our shell stitch we are going to make a single crochet. Now again in that single crochet stitch we are going to make a shell stitch. So as usual we are going to continue making 3 such rows with the same color. I'm just going to continue doing this, and I'll see you once I'm done. Now here we can see that we have made our one sleeve already. This is how it should look like, and we're going to do this exact same thing on the other side as well to make the second sleeve. Now we'll need to straighten the top edge of our sleeve. The bottom edge is already straight, but the top edge as you can see is wavy, and we need to make it straight so as to, when we'll join the 2 panels we need a straight edge on the top of our sleeve. So for that now we are going to make some stitches which will straighten out the curvy or the wavy edge that we have on our top. For that now we are going to start making the stitches. For that we'll chain 1 now, and we are going to turn around our work, and we'll be chaining 1 more, so this will be counted as our double crochet. And now in the next stitch we are going to make a half double crochet. Now in the next stitch we are going to make 1 single crochet. In the next stitch we are going to make a slip stitch. Now in the next stitch we are again going to make 1 single crochet. A half double crochet in the next stitch, and a double crochet in the next stitch. Now in the next stitch again we are going to make a half double crochet. You can see that our edge has started forming, like it has become a straight edge now. In the next stitch, half double crochet. In the next one, 1 single crochet, a slip stitch in the next one, a single crochet in the next one, a half double in the next, and a double crochet in the next stitch. Again a half double in the next stitch. I'll show this to you one more time. Half double in the next stitch, a single crochet in the next stitch, a slip stitch now, in the next stitch one single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet in the next stitch. So this is how we are going to continue doing it, and we are going to form a straight edge. This is how it should look like. Now I'll just continue doing it and I'll see you once I'm done. Once done, this is how our first panel should look like. And this is our second panel. Now you can see that our second panel is exactly the same like our first panel. It's just that we have added a few more rows before making the neck, so that the first panel's neck is deeper than the second one. Otherwise both the panels are exactly the same, and as per your liking you can adjust the length of your neck. Now we are simply going to place the panels on one another, and we are just going to attach them to make a top, leaving a space for the neck and the sleeves. So here is how our crop top is going to look like once completed. Thanks for watching my video. If you do like my video, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Happy crocheting!